Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, I have some good news, alhamdulillah. Our brother Darius, who is standing next to me here, he wants to accept Islam. And he wants to join our fraternity and our brotherhood and our sisterhood today. Allahu Akbar! I told him behind the stage that I know you're a little bit anxious, but you're about to give everyone an Iman boost. And I had to explain what Iman boost was. And an Iman boost is, can I hear the Iman boost please? That's an Iman boost. Jazakallah khair. Brother Darius, Islam is built on the Shahada, the testimony of faith, which is to do with testifying that there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that Muhammad, the Prophet, is his last and final messenger. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Do you testify to this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to Jazakallah khair. I'm going to say it in Arabic and I'll ask you to repeat after me. Okay, and I'll say it so slowly after that, inshallah, okay? Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Allahu Akbar. Welcome, my friend.
Takbir!
MashaAllah. Well done. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Barakallah feek. Jazakallah khair. You want to grab a seat there? Thanks, inshallah. Okay, inshallah. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the world is in a state of peril. The world is in a state of peril. Peril because of its failure to answer the pressing challenges of our time, war and poverty. Peril because of its failure to uphold basic civil rights and liberties in the face of problems of terrorism. Peril because of its failure to implement justice in Guantanamo and Palestine. Peril because of its failure to recognize its spiritual demise in the face of atheism and irreligiousness. Peril because of its financial crisis that has crippled people and economies and destroyed lives and dreams. Peril because of its failure to answer the real need of mankind, to answer the question of who we are and why we are created. And what a shame it is that the greatest of questions, who we are and why are we here, is the same question that is the most unclear in the mind of humanity today. And all of this because the world has dismissed Islam. They have dismissed Islam from being an answer to their problems and a solution to their dilemmas. Human beings have forgotten their Creator, and so they have forgotten themselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ نَسُوا اللَّهَ فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ. Do not be like those who have forgotten Allah, so Allah has caused them to forget themselves. In the face of challenges like this, brothers and sisters, the onus is on us Muslims to rise up to that cause. Rise up, O sons of Umar, and O sisters of Aisha and students of Ibn Abbas. Arise, the sons of Islam, to answer the call that Allah has placed on you. Arise, my people, and take your destiny. Grab it in your hands. This is yours. Brothers and sisters, we were not created to be slaves and beggars. We were not created to be followers and fans and admirers of others. We were created to be leaders and lords. We were created to be pioneers and challengers. We were created to be the ones who are admired and praised and followed. We were created to guide mankind and liberate them and free them from the shackles of this world, from the worship of slaves to the worship of the Lord of the slaves, from the injustices of the religions to the justice of Islam, and the vastness and the contractedness of this world to the vastness of the hereafter. Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas. You are the best of mankind, created for the benefit of mankind. However, the question arises, how can we call others to the truth when we don't have a unified solution that we are presenting to them? Our religion is one, our God is one, our prophet is one, and our destiny is one, yet our hearts are not one. Our situation reminds me of a period in history known as the period of the Three Kingdoms. Have you heard of the history of the Three Kingdoms? It is a part of Chinese history from the year 220 in the Christian era. It is a part of prehistoric China that followed the Han Dynasty, which used to be a period of stability and unity. At that time, there used to be three kingdoms, and it was a time of great disunity. The great country of China was divided into three smaller kingdoms, each of which developed their own laws, their own values, their own customs, and their own way of life. But for 300 years, the three kingdoms fought each other, even though there were periods in that time when China was unified. This quickly used to fall apart. And it is interesting to note that the tension between the three kingdoms created many good things. Beautiful art, strong local communities, romantic heroes, great valor and battles from which they developed stories of Chinese mythology. However, look at the negatives of that time. This period embodied countless battles and loss of life. The citizens of each kingdom made the kingdom more important than the overall China. People lost sight of the bigger picture, the greater vision, the greater identity, the greater potential. They created a mythology around the heroes who did battle against their own fellow Chinese, and they rallied behind them and against their own countrymen. China lost its unity and its power and failed to grow into its true potential. All of this because of disunity. Now take a look at unified China today, the next world power, and the power balance moving from the west to the east. And all of this because with unity, China is realizing its full potential.